What happened between her and me? What happened between her and me is not something I can answer in one line. It is not a simple story, not a single moment I can point to. It is a river, a long, winding river of moments flowing from a chance meeting to a love that quickly grew and later softly faded. It began on an ordinary day. I was not looking for love, and maybe she was not either. But fate is strange. It works in whispers, not in grand scenes. Our first meeting was like that, small, gentle, almost forgettable, yet something inside me noticed. Her eyes caught mine across a room, and the world slowed down for a heartbeat. There was something about her, not loud beauty, but quiet warmth. Her voice sounded like a melody I had already heard somewhere, soft and familiar, like an old song returning where she smiled. It was not a show, it was sunlight slipping through clouds, and in that smile, something deep within me stirred. We began as strangers, two people curious but cautious, walking towards something unnamed. Our talks were light at first, full of small jokes, half-asked questions, and gentle laughter. But under those simple words, a spark began to grow. I remember the first time she laughed freely with me. It was a sound so pure it made me want to protect it. I remember her eyes when she listened, how they seemed to hold all the patience in the world. We started learning each other through stories told in pieces, about family, about dreams, about the things that shaped us. We shared books, shared music, shared long walks that never felt long enough. Each glance between us felt like an invitation to go deeper. Each silence between us felt like peace, not distance. We were building something, a quiet bridge made of trust. Every word was a step, every smile a stone laid in place. Those early days were like spring. The air was full of beginnings. Every moment held promise. Even the smallest things, a text, good night, a shared coffee, a walk home in the rain, felt like blooming petals in a garden we did not know we were planting. It was not a dramatic love. There were no fireworks, no big declaration. It was gentle, patient, a steady unfolding of two hearts learning a rhythm. We did not need to say this matters. We both already knew. I started looking for her in every crowd. She started finishing my thoughts before I spoke. Our world slowly began to overlap like two colors blending on canvas. She told me about her fears, her childhood dreams, the quiet things she never said aloud. I told her about my doubts, my mistakes, the corners of my heart I had kept hidden, and through that honesty, we found something rare. It was not perfect, but it was real. She had her storm, her moments of silence and hurt, but she carried them with grace, and I, who had always been guarded, found myself wanting to protect her peace. She saw me not to mask I showed the world, but the person behind it, and she did not turn away. We built a quick trust. We did not need promises. We had presence. We did not need forever. We had now, and that was enough. But time, like the sea, never stands still. Slowly, quietly, the tide began to change. It was not one moment, not one fight or word. It was life, the ordinary weight of it, responsibility, family, work, distance, the little things that steal the time we once gave freely. Our talks grew shorter, our silence stretched longer. She began to hide pieces of herself, and I, sensing it, did the same. We smiled still, but the warmth had cooled. It was like walking in a familiar room where the light had changed. We both felt it, but neither of us knew what to do. Sometimes love does not end with a break. It fades like dusk, softly, quietly, until you look up one day and realize night has fallen. The echo was gentle but deep. I would stare at my phone, waiting for her message. She would smile but not meet my eyes. We still cared, but we were slowly sleeping. Then came the night. We could not avoid the truth. We sat face to face, our voices low, our hearts open and trembling. She said she needed to find herself, that she was losing who she was. I said I wanted to fight for us, to fix what was fading. Both were true, both were impossible. We realized then that we had been holding different hopes in the same hands. We wanted love, but not the same kind of life. We wanted closeness, but feared losing ourselves in it. There was no anger that night, only sadness. It felt like watching a candle burn low, even though you are trying so hard. The cup, your hands around it, we let the silence speak for us. And in that silence, something beautiful ended quietly. After she left, the world felt heavier. Days blurred into one another. I walked through familiar places and felt her everywhere, in the sound of laughter, in the smell of rain, in the corner of a street light. Friends asked what happened, and I had no simple answer, because how do you explain something that ended without breaking? I kept replaying our story, trying to find the moment it changed, but love does not break in a single second. It softens, fades like colors left too long in the sun. And yet, even through the achy, there was gratitude, because it had been real. We had created something true, something rare. What happened between her and me was not a mistake, it was a season, a chapter written in soft ink. She taught me how to open up, how to listen, how to care without fear. She taught me that sometimes love is not meant to last, but to teach. Healing came slowly, one day at a time, a day without checking my phone, a night without dreaming of her face, a morning where I did not feel the achy first. Little by little, I began to breathe again. We still spoke, sometimes briefly, kindly, a birthday wish, a simple "How are you?" Those small words felt both strange and comforting, like visiting a place you once called home, and finding it different but still familiar. Now, when I think of her, I don't see the pain, I see the light, I see laughter echoing in quiet streets. I see her kindness, her strength. I see the way she helped me grow. What happened between her and me lives now as an ember, soft and glowing in memory. It no longer burns, but it still warms me. I carry it with care, not as a wound, but as a reminder of what love once looked like. Sometimes a song will play, or a scent will drift past, and she will return, not in body but in feeling, and I let her stay for a moment. I let the memory sit beside me, because it does not hurt anymore. It simply reminds me that I was lucky once. She taught me that closeness does not always mean forever, that endings can still be gentle, that love can live quietly and still leave light behind. Now, when I speak of her, I do it with tenderness, not regret, because she is part of my story. She helped me become someone softer, someone wiser. If I had to explain it simply, I would say this: what happened between her and me was life. Two people meeting at a crossroads, walking together for a while, and then choosing different paths. We shaped each other's worlds, even if only for a time. We loved, we learned, we changed, and though our roads divided, the footprints remain invisible threads that connect who we, who we were, who we were to who we are now. So this poem, this long gentle poem, is not a cry of pain but a song of gratitude, a soft place to set down what was once too heavy to hold, because love does not always end in forever. Sometimes it ends in peace, sometimes it leaves behind a vision of yourself you never would have found alone. She was that lesson for me, a chapter I will always cherish, a season I will always honor. And now, when I close my eyes and think of her, I do not wish her back. I simply wish her well wherever she is, whatever she is found. I hope she is happy, because wishing her happiness is my quick proof that what we had was real. If love is measured not by how long it lasts, but by how deeply it changes you, then what happened between her and me was a love worth remembering. It was beauty and loss and growth and grace. It was two souls touching, changing each other, then setting each other free. And that, in the end, is enough. Subscribe my channel, please.